Hi, you're a human. You want money. Not normal money, fast money, freedom money, laptop on a balcony type of money. But here's the problem. You do not want a slow, respectable, boring process. You want the kind of money that fixes your mood before it fixes your bank account. You want to wake up late, open a chart, press a few buttons, and somehow skip 3 years of frustration. You want one clean win that suddenly makes your whole life make sense. Now, obviously, nobody says it like that. Nobody opens TradingView and types, "Today, I will let a chart decide how I feel." No, you say things like, "I just want freedom. I just want consistency. I just want to take this seriously." Sure. And then price moves without you for 18 seconds. And suddenly, this is no longer a setup. Now it's betrayal. Now it's personal. Now this candle is disrespecting your future. So you enter late, too big. Like this trade owes you something. And the crazy part is, you think your problem is execution. It's not. You did not come here to trade. You came here to escape. Here's the truth. A trade is hardest to read when you need it the most. That's it. That's the whole scam. If a trade is just a trade, you can look at it normally. You can wait, you can pass, you can size correctly. You can say, "Yeah, that's not clean enough," and move on like a functioning adult. But the second a trade starts meaning more than a trade, everything gets weird. Because now this setup is not just a setup. Now it's rent. Now it's freedom. Now it's proof. Now it's revenge. Let's put them all in a box. Boom! You just invented a gambler. And once that happens, you are not reading the chart anymore. You are reading your life into the chart. That is why traders can look at the exact same setup and behave completely differently. One person sees messy price action, not worth it. The other sees, please, God. That is the difference. Not intelligence, not secret knowledge. Emotional weight. The more your trade needs to save your mood, your week, your confidence, or your future, the less clearly you will see it. Because neediness does not sharpen perception. It distorts it. Trading does not just look like money. It looks like relief. No boss. No commute, no asking permission, no being stuck where you are while other people pretend they figured life out. Just you, a screen, and the idea that maybe this one thing could finally get you out. That is why people get so weird around small outcomes. Because a win is not just a win. It is breathing room. It is hope. It is proof that maybe your life is finally moving. And a loss is not just a loss. It is delay. It is your normal life tapping you on the shoulder and saying, "Hey, still here." That is why the trade was never just a trade. It was a tiny rescue attempt. And this is where most traders stay stuck. Not because they do not know the words. Everybody knows the words. Because the real problem is not that you know the name of the behavior. The real problem is that in the moment you ask the wrong question. FOMO? You're asking, what if this runs without me? Ask yourself this instead. If I only took one clean trade a day, would I still be profitable by the end of the month? If the answer is yes, stop trading every candle like rent is due in 8 minutes. Oversizing? Same issue. You are asking, can this trade change my day? Bad question. Ask this instead. If this trade loses, will I still think clearly on the next one? If the answer is no, your size is too big. You know better. So why do you keep doing this? FOMO is bad. You know revenge trading is bad. You know oversizing is bad. So let's stop pretending the issue is information. You do not need another guru. You do not need another strategy thread. You do not need another man on YouTube pointing at a chart like he discovered fire. What you need is evidence. Evidence that you can actually follow rules when nobody is saving you. Evidence that your process still exists when the trade is boring. Evidence that you can sit still without inventing opportunity out of loneliness and caffeine. So here is the challenge. For the next 30 days, stop watching fake gurus. Write your rules down. Journal every entry, and not the fake journal. Not entered because structure looked strong. Write the truth. Why did you enter? What were you feeling? Did you actually see a setup, or did you just need something to happen? Take fewer trades. No random exceptions. No emotional freestyle. And if you cannot follow your own rules for 30 days, then the problem was never lack of knowledge. It was that your habits were stronger than your standards. You don't need one big win. You need clean decisions, again and again. One lucky trade might feel good, but it will not fix the way you trade. It never does. Stop chasing the setup that changes your life. That is how traders end up doing stupid things and calling it analysis. What you need is simpler. Trades you can see clearly. Trades you do not need. Trades that are just trades.